Welcome you all in this our lecture series program. Today we are going to talk about sociolinguistics. This is one of the branches of linguistics, and this topic is from the contents and introduction to linguistics semester 2. We are going to talk about this topic, and I have rendered definitions and its understanding from the very recommended books by the universities. So without further ado, let's get started our topic. Here is the definition from Longman Dictionary of Language Teaching and Applied Linguistics. Sociolinguistics is the study of language in human society. The study of language in relation to social factors, that is social class, educational level, and type of education, age, sex, ethics, and region, etc. In this regard, when we understand this half of the definition from this book or from this dictionary, sociolinguistics is the study of language in human society. How people they render language differently in different societies. And we study language with relation to social factors, that is social class, educational level of the people, or what type of education we render to these people of the country, what is the age of the students, and even what are the origins of those communities. So these are some of the factors we must keep in our mind while understanding language. So when we talk about language in society, that is actually sociolinguistics. The field is connected to many aspects of linguistics, such as language in nation, language in society, language and culture, and many other similar topics. The sociolinguistics is the study of relationship between language use and structure of society. So this is all about when we talk about sociolinguistics, we are talking about the language and society or cultures. They come across with different issues. These are areas, our issues are called sociolinguistics. Here is definition from an introduction to linguistics by Pushpinder Siyal and D.V. Jandal. And according to this book, the branch of linguistics that deals with the exploration of the relation between language and society is known as sociolinguistics and the sociology of language. And a very simple, we already have talked about that sociolinguistics is all about the relationship between language and society. Sociolinguistics is based on the fact that language is not a single homogeneous entity, but has different forms in different situations. So according to these lines, that language is not a single entity. It may have different forms, it may have different varieties, variations, and those variations and varieties may be found in different communities. The change in language occur because of changes in social conditions. Certainly, what we talk about, all the changes in languages, whether those are the forms or variations or varieties, those depend upon the social conditions. For example, social class, gender, regional, and cultural groups. A particular social group may speak a different variety of a language from the rest of the community. This group become a speech community. Now, you see these all aspects are very essential when we keeping in view the study of sociolinguistics. Here, when we talk about variations in language, may occur because the speakers belong to a different geographical region. Taking the example of English, we find that it is not single language, but exists in form several varieties. So when we talk about language, it may have various varieties. And the example is English language. Thus, there are varieties of English, or we may call it rather Englishes, like Scottish English, Welsh English, and Cockney English. Then there are varieties of English spoken by people of different countries around the world. Example as American English, Indian English, and Australian English. You see, here we are talking about the variations and varieties of languages. Like the varieties or variations are forms of English language. Thus, we call English as Englishes. English is certainly is a wrong word, is a wrong noun. But here we have used here because to emphasize that English is having different forms and varieties or variations in different countries. For example, like the pronunciation of the word schedule, and it is from the American English language. When we talk about the pronunciation from British English, it would be schedule. Or even when we talk about Indian English, we may call it schedule, which is not from the dictionaries, but that is actually a certain variety which has been spoken in India. Here we are going to talk about sociolinguistics is the study of language variation and change, how varieties of language are formed. So sociolinguistics is the study of language variation and change, how varieties of language are formed when the speakers belong to a geographical region, social class, social situation, and occupation. And here is the example. You see different regions carrying different variations of languages are different varieties of a single language. Varieties of a language that are formed in various geographical regions involve the change in the pronunciation as well as vocabulary. Such changes result in the formation of a distinctly different variety of a language or dialect. So, languages from different regions are just because of the differences of geographical regions carrying different varieties of languages. This course examines issues concerning language use in society. It is designed to help students to gain insights into the social dynamics of language, as well as the cultural underpinnings of language, choice in various contexts. Topics to be covered include language and gender, linguistic politeness, language and identity, language planning, and language and policy, etc. We are coming across various issues concerning with the language in society. Those issues are highlighted here, like language and gender. Languages are to be understood by the genders differently. We talk about linguistics politeness. Some of the languages they have very soft tone while we use them. Or some of the languages they may have harder accents. Language and identity, certainly, with the help of language, we identify the people from different areas. Language and policy. Countries they make policies of languages according to their interests. So this is all about are these issues are concerning with sociolinguistics. Thanks for attention. Thank you very much. Hopefully this could have been very helping for all of you.